Hey everyone! Sound design is a craft like so many others, like carpenters, composers, and plumbers, and all kinds of crafts rely heavily on a certain set of skills and techniques. In this video, we're going to take a look at one of those techniques for sound design, where you can turn a sustained element like this into a transient punchy sound like this. The technique that we'll take a look at is something that I picked up from Paul Stoughton, a really great sound designer. It's based on working with a plugin called Traveler that is a Doppler effect plugin, but you can tweak this plugin to do so much more than just Doppler effects. First off, we will take a look at what kind of settings we need in Traveler to make everything to work. And after that, we will dive into how it all works in context of creating a sound. And the sustained element in this video will be just a long synth drone. I think this will be a really valuable technique for you because it opens up so many possibilities. Instead of just going searching for percussive field recordings or try to program all your percussive sounds in different soft synths, you can actually use any kind of sustained element to create these punchy sounds. It can be lead synth, bass synth, noises, field recordings of wind, water, any kind of sustained element or texture can be a percussive sound when you use this technique. But before we dive into that, I would like to give you something. Whoosh hits are considered to be one of the more complicated sounds to create as a sound designer. They are really detailed, they need to grab the attention of the listener, and they need to cut through a dense mix. And that's why I have created this cheat sheet for you. In the cheat sheet, you get an overview of the different sections of the sound, the whoosh, the body, and the tail. And you also get an overview of the different layers of the sound, the high, the mid, and the low. A tool like this is great to have at your disposal when you create your own sound designs, but also great to have when you start to stack up different samples in your session. So go ahead and download the free cheat sheet in the description, have it at your disposal, and just double check things with it when you create your own sounds. And now let's get back to the sound design technique. Alright, so here is Traveler in the default setup. What you want to do is to shift the shift parameter all the way to the left. You want to have damp at 0 and stereo at 0. And after that you can start to adjust the duration of the sound. This is just about how long the sound will be. And then you can shift the Doppler effect depending on what kind of effect you want on the sound. I usually keep this rather high, somewhere around 85 to 100 or something like that. And that is actually the main bulk of the things that you will do in Traveler. So let's dive into some examples and see how it works in context. I have prepared a drone in Generate. It sounds like this. Just a big, massive drone, no dynamic range in there, a bit of moving textures in it, but nothing more than that. So if we now add Traveler to this, and we shift over shift parameter to left, reduce damp to 0, reduce stereo to 0, it sounds like this. And immediately we have that punchy transient out of the sound. To take this a step further, we can record the sound into Traveler's engine itself. So now we have a snippet of that drone recorded into Traveler, and what we can do now is to shift this single parameter here to loop instead. And this will just loop the playback engine in Traveler each time the duration ends. And what we can do next is to use the granular engine in Traveler. So here we have much more flexibility. So we can pitch the sound down, change the size of the granular engine, and then change the density of it also. We can change the position of how it will scan the audio. So now it sounds like this. So we have that low, really dark and heavy sound now. And what I usually do at this stage is I just start to resample that. So another track, just resample that into this. And just record it over to this track instead. And then I can start to process that part instead. So a bit of post-processing here sounds like this. So extremely punchy sound now. I recorded a couple of others ones earlier here. Sounds like this. Bit of longer tail. And that's just the duration in Traveler. You can change that. And this one have a higher pitch. So as you see, this is super flexible, and it's all created out of a drone sound. So you can create a lead synth that will have a totally different texture. You can use noises, you can use organic sources, you can do all kinds of like field recordings, and yeah, it's a really, really interesting and cool way to create new kind of punchy sounds for your projects. Alright, that's it for this sound design technique video. I hope you got a lot of value out of it. Go and check out Paul Stoughton stuff. He is really, really great. And remember to download the Whoosh cheat sheet. I think it will be a really great tool for you. The link is in the description. It's totally free. Okay, take care everyone, and I see you in the next video.